Hi, it's Wheelie Parrot, and welcome to 5 things I really like about the Triumph Tiger 800 XCX. One thing that's really just amazing is the wind protection on this. With the extra panels that you have here, the screen is really great. The windscreen, of course, is adjustable up and down. This does make quite a lot of difference, and even on the lowest setting, it is still taller than the old Triumph Tiger 800. The electronics in general is pretty good. The LCD screen, although in videos doesn't pick up that well, when you're actually riding it is pretty good. The controls, I know a lot of reviewers don't really like them, and yes, this arrangement is not the greatest here where your thumb is. There's not a lot of room, but it works. The seating position and the general triangle of how you sit is also really comfortable. You could easily do hours on the Triumph Tiger 800. It's really fairly neutral. Your feet are basically directly under you. You can see your foot peg is there. It's a very comfortable seating position. The reach to the bars is a little forward, but it isn't like a sport bike. It's just slightly more forward than, say, something like a BMW 1200 GS. The engine is also really smooth. The 3-cylinder configuration means that you can sort of lug it really low down in 5th or 6th gear if you're just going through town. In fact, a lot of times I'll switch it into 2nd, even if I know that there may be a stop sign or two, just because it actually does fairly well low down in the RPM range. The engine, however, really does scream when you give it some throttle. Past about 5,000–6,000 RPM, it really seems to pull, and the rev needle really starts to climb a lot faster. One of the nicest things that the engine, or that I personally like about the engine, is sort of just getting to 3rd or 4th gear, really not going too fast, maybe 40 or 50 kilometers an hour. You click it into 3rd or 4th, and you basically just open the throttle, and yeah, the sort of induction noise that you hear from here and on top of the engine under the tank is really nice. As I said before, the exhaust note is also really great. The WP suspension, it's really quite adjustable, and it's pretty good in terms of the dampening, even off-road. As you can see, it's kind of a massive shock there in the back. That's not particularly well protected, but hey, whatever. The suspension is really great. I love the fact that it's adjustable. This is really something that's often overlooked in other motorcycles. You know, you rarely get nicely adjustable suspension like this. As a side note, this is actually the same suspension out of the KTM, I believe the 1090, 1050 range. So really nice. Of course, there are other small things like the power socket. If you get the XCA, which is the upgraded model, you get another power socket here. You could also just take a drill and drill that little thing out and put a little socket right in there. That's not super difficult to do. Another small thing I like is the foot pegs. You can take the rubber out, so there's quite a bit of rubber there, and once you take the rubber out, you've basically just got this teeth around the edge. This is actually super simple. I shall demonstrate right now. You basically just pull that out. That's really good for off-road. In fact, I ride my Tiger 800. I don't even have the rubber in, just because I'm wearing boots. So another thing I haven't seen mentioned, and also a really cool thing, is the lights actually have a little angle changer here. So I don't know if you can really pick that up. So if you look down at this thing, if you can actually pull it there, you can do this with the glove, and that goes back in there. What this actually does is, if you look at the lights, I shall angle them here while I switch it. It goes up and down. This is basically when you have a passenger on the back, you reach down in there, pop it down, the light's lower, therefore not blinding oncoming cars. Really cool feature. Something small, but you know, really cool. That was just a few things that I really liked about the Triumph Tiger 800 XCX. If you're still here at the end of the video, feel free to leave a like or a comment as well. I'd really appreciate any feedback or anything else that you would really like to see. Subscribe for more of this content. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.